It started with a glass of wine that tasted like betrayal. I remember the way the light caught the ruby liquid in my hand, swirling like blood in water, as my mother raised her own glass across the polished oak table in our Greenwich estate. "To new beginnings, Emily," she said, her voice smooth as silk but sharp as a hidden blade. Victoria Harrington, matriarch of Harrington Chemical Industries, a $3.8 billion empire built on pesticides and fertilizers that promised green fields but delivered silent death to rivers and soil. I'd just turned down her offer to join the board, her way of clipping my wings after I'd graduated from Yale with a degree in environmental toxicology. Instead, I was heading to the Sierra Club's legal team, the very group suing our family for toxic spills in the Midwest. Her eyes narrowed as I set the glass down untouched. A quiet act of defiance that would unravel everything. Little did I know, that wine wasn't just vintage Cabernet, it was laced with something meant to silence me forever. To paint me as unstable, unreliable, unworthy of the truth I'd uncovered. The air in that dining room felt thick, heavy with the unsaid words that had piled up over my 27 years as the Harrington disappointment. My younger brother, Alex, 24 and already COO with his Stanford MBA hanging like a medal on his chest, chuckled from his seat. That polished laugh he'd honed at country club galas. "Come on, Em. Don't be dramatic. This is family business. Blood is thicker than water, or in your case, thicker than whatever swamp you're trying to save." But it wasn't just business, it was a graveyard of secrets. Our company's miracle crop enhancers had been leaching arsenic and heavy metals into groundwater for decades, turning farmland into cancer zones. I'd found the reports buried in Dad's old files after his accidental overdose 3 years back, pills from our own labs, prescribed for stress, he never admitted came from burying those same reports. Mom had always said he died of a broken heart from overwork. I knew better now. I pushed back from the table, my chair scraping like nails on a chalkboard. "I'm not playing this game anymore. The Sierra Club needs scientists who actually care about the planet, not polluters hiding behind philanthropy." Mom's face hardened, her diamond earrings glinting like warning signals. She was Connecticut old money, married into even older industrial wealth, trained to wield influence like a weapon. "If you walk away, Emily, you're cutting ties with everything. The trust fund, the name, the protection." Protection? From what the lawsuits I'd helped file? Or from her? I left that night, the door slamming behind me like a final breath. But the real storm was brewing inside. That wine I'd barely sipped left a bitter aftertaste. And by morning, my head pounded with what I later realized was no hangover. It was the first whisper of her plan to erase me. 3 days later, the envelope arrived at my Brooklyn apartment, sealed with the crest of an old Boston law firm that had handled Grandma Evelyn's estate. She was the family skeleton, the brilliant chemist who'd tried to whistleblow on Harrington's first big scandal in the 70s, lead contamination in school districts near our factories. Disowned, divorced, dead by 65 from natural causes that looked a lot like long-term exposure. The letter inside hit like a gut punch, a hidden trust of $12 million from her patents, releasing on my 29th birthday or marriage, whichever came first. Confidential until then. Grandma had seen this coming, Mom's control freak ways, the way she'd steamroll anyone who didn't toe the line. But secrets like that don't stay buried in families like ours. Mom had spies everywhere, from accountants to assistants, all feeding her intel for favors or fear. The call came that evening, her tone dripping with fake warmth. "Emily, darling, let's talk. Dinner tomorrow? Just us." I should have hung up. But curiosity, and that simmering rage from years of being the idealistic fool, pulled me back. The table was set for 4. Not 3. Enter Ryan Caldwell. 30. Yale Law grad. Fast-tracked partner at a Wall Street firm with ties to our board. Emily. You remember Ryan? He's specializing in corporate sustainability now, Mom purred, as if she hadn't scripted the whole thing. Over filet mignon and Bordeaux. They danced their tango, Ryan droning about green initiatives to woo me. Alex smirking about how a quick wedding could secure assets, Mom dropping hints about my unstable tendencies. Then the bomb. We know about Evelyn's trust. 12 million is nice. But without guidance, you'll waste it on lost causes. I gripped my knife tighter. It's mine to waste. Alex leaned in. Casual as poison ivy. Not if a judge declares you unfit. Family concerns. A little testimony, easy peasy. The threat coiled around my throat like smoke. They weren't just after the money. They feared what I'd dig up with it. Grandma's old notebooks. Smuggled to me years ago. Hinted at deeper rot, deliberate dumps. Falsified EPA tests. Payoffs to regulators. Think about it, Mom said. Her smile a razor. Marry Ryan. Keep it in the family. Pursue your hobbies on the side. Hobbies? My life's work reduced to a pastime. I excused myself. Hard hammering. And rifled through Grandma's notes in the guest bath. Her last entry. They think the arsenic is hidden. Follow the soil samples. Follow the silence. My phone buzzed, anonymous text, check 78 USDA files. Evelyn was right. A ally. Paranoia? Or providence? I texted back, who? No reply. But it lit the fuse. I played along. Accepting the invite to Alex's engagement party, a lavish affair at the plaza. For 100 guests toasting his union with Lauren Whitaker, daughter of an agrochemical distributor. Merger masked as matrimony. Mom's masterpiece. I showed up in the designer gown she sent. Ryan glued to my side like a bad habit. With the right push. You could run this empire, he whispered. Breath hot with ambition. I smiled. Scanning the room for Dr. Lydia Voss. Grandma's old lab partner. Now 70 and running an indie testing firm in Jersey. Mom had invited her for show, to pretend we honored the past. I cornered her by the bar. Lydia. Quick, did Evelyn leave proof? Her eyes widened. Hand slipping me a flash drive. Water tables. Mutated crops. Cancer links. But they're tailing you. Your emails. Calls after you lawyered up. My skin crawled. Mom's security firm. No doubt. Back at the table. Mom announced, thrilled to say Emily's joining as sustainability director. Lies. But the applause sealed it in the social pages. Then the waiter with the signature cocktails, emerald green. Garnished with mint. To unity, Mom toasted. Eyes locked on mine. The drink shimmered unnaturally. A faint acrid scent beneath the herbs. My toxicology training screamed warning. Alex should have mine, it's his night. I swapped glasses fluidly. Lab-honed sleight of hand. Mom's face flickered, panic? She said nothing as Alex downed it. 20 minutes later. He was unraveling, slurred speech. Wild eyes. Grabbing the mic. This whole facade? Built on toxic waste. We poisoned farms. Bought silence. Mom orchestrated it all. Phones out. Live streams exploding. I called 911. Test for neurotoxins, Harrington's experimental stabilizers. Chaos erupted. Paramedics rushing in as Alex collapsed. Muttering about cover-ups. In the ER. Mom cornered me. What have you done? Redirected your trap, I whispered. The drive from Lydia burned in my pocket. I slipped a vial of the drink to my lawyer pal. Jordan Hayes. Who leaked to the FDA. By dawn. Raids on our labs. Alex recovered. But the damage was done, his outburst viral. Stock plunging 25%. Mom spun it as stress breakdown, forging scripts for his anxiety meds. But I had photos. Timestamps proving the fraud. FBI agents showed at his bedside. "I want to talk," Alex said. Eyes meeting mine. It was all true, the dumps. The bribes. Mom's world cracked. He turned state's evidence. Immunity for the full dump. The counterattack came swift, leaked psych records claiming I'd been institutionalized at 16 for delusions. Forged by Ryan's family clinic. A silencer for threats. But I traced it back. The Caldwells owned the facility. History of discrediting whistleblowers. I called her bluff, released them. FBI loves conspiracies. She folded. Confessing an oppressor, cover-ups. The spiking. The fakes. Harrington crumbled, bankrupt. Assets seized. Patents auctioned. I launched the Evelyn Voss Foundation with the trust. Suing accomplices. Exposing 52 sites. Press conference, maps of poison. Faces of victims, 32 kids dead from leukemia. No apologies, just action. Other firms scrambled. Auditing themselves in fear. Alex vanished into WITSEC. A note. Sorry for the blindness. Mom got 20 years. Dying inside from the very toxins she'd denied. I took Grandma's name, Emily Voss, overseeing cleanups. Memorials where factories stood. The betrayal scarred deep. Silence broken at a cost, family gone. But truth free. Some nights. Reviewing files on the next target. I hear her voice. Keep digging. The price? Worth every shattered glass.